Leave the group. I think I have. I don't think I have an exclamation point bnet for playing WoW. I should. Actually, we don't need to do this right now. We gotta go change it over to the other because that I think gets me a 4-piece if we change these over to the tier piece. I think I have my 4-set bonus then. I get, was that Daybreak now increases my haste by 25% for 6 seconds and is a 15% or 15-second reduced cooldown. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool upgrade.
What brings you here? Go in peace.
I don't think I saw this guy up here. Landeron Felfury? You need Demon Hunter?
Azeroth must not fall.
Sure is. He's just here though. Now let's go back to Veldraken. I gotta switch out my shoulders to get the tier bonus. And then we can check out, we have what, I think 2 more boss fights? Maybe 3 more boss fights, and then there's the then there is a and then it's Farak. We have one more section, then we gotta fight the big boss. And then I've done the raid, then we're caught up. I don't know if there's any tier sets I'm super excited about though for this particular raid. I really liked the previous raids. Those were all like callbacks to Blackrock. I'm a big fan of tier 2. So I have the set bonuses. I got the set bonuses for pretty much all of my classes the last patch because I really, really liked them. This set, I don't know if I'm really too jazzed about the Amir Drasil ones though. They're not really my. Maybe the Death Knight one. The Death Knight one I might want. But I'm pretty happy with the gear I have for my Death Knight, so I don't know if I want the Death Knight tier set or not. I don't know. I know the mage set. One of the mage colorations is the Infinity robes from RuneScape. I would like to have that. I would like the Infinity robes. So that got me the blue shoulders. That's our tier set bonus now. Oh, I can change this over to have the cape too. Oh, I didn't even realize I didn't change this one. So that gets the cape unlocked. So now I can upgrade the shoulders, and so I'm 6 out of 9 already. Look at that, I already got 3 pieces. I've only got 3 pieces left to get, and we got the whole tier set for Paladin. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be using the blue Paladin stuff. I do like the shoulders, the swords on them. Those are pretty cool. They are pretty cool. But I think the only color I really like of the 2 I have is the blue one. But having blue and red is pretty nice. I don't know if it's a personal favorite when it comes to the Paladin tier sets. If this one's like a really like up there one to have, but it is pretty cool.
From the outpost have been ambushing civilians along the roads to Valdraken. Do what you can to halt their operations.
I'll probably end up finishing the Paladin one just because I have the thanks console port for denying me the access to the system. I'll probably finish the Paladin one just because my Paladin's my main character.
A wise choice.
I don't know if I can afford to upgrade the shoulders to the next rank, though. No, we need 320 flight stones. I don't have enough for that. I have the rest of this, though, to get it to Veteran 5.
These goods will serve you well.
So I'm missing, what, pants, bracers, and that's it? What's our third piece? Oh, I'm probably missing, I don't... Oh, I don't have the normal mode version, or the LFR version of the belt, because I got the belt off of the, I got my belt from the, raid boss, so, or the world boss, so it gave me a champion piece. But I need bracers, pants, and boots to have normal mode coloration finished. But I would like to still get this one done. I would just need to get another belt. That's pretty neat to know that I'm basically already finished with the tier set almost. I don't need too much still from that. Alright, let's queue up for the next one. Gonna do the Viridian Weave. I would queue as prop paladin, but World of Warcraft is far less kind about not knowing how to tank a fight when you're doing it for the first time. I have had far worse experiences going into a fight and not knowing how to tank it when I'm doing it on the first try, whereas in 14, if it's like, hey, I'm the first time, never tanked this, people are like, oh, okay, and they're super chill about it. WoW is not chill at all when it comes to that. WoW is not down with it. Alright, while this is queuing though, I'm gonna just listen for it. You guys chill for a moment. I'm gonna go throw some chicken in the air fryer. If that beeps before the queue pops, then we're not finishing the queue right away, because I'm going to be making lunch because I'm getting really hungry. It says 24 minutes to wait for this chunk. Is everybody already like not running this content? Is this patch not even over and this content's already dead content? Did I join way too late to be able to partake in the gaming? Or do people just not run LFR and I'm like the only person still doing this?
Too far away.
Finest wares in Kultiris, right here. Stop by anytime.
Madge late. Yeah, apparently I should have been doing the Amir Drasil content instead of playing Leagues 4, and instead of playing all those other games we played, and instead of playing RuneScape, and instead of playing Final Fantasy. I should have been here playing World of Warcraft. I missed out because I wasn't here right when it happened. This is probably the only game I still play where the game almost expects you to treat the game as your life. You're not allowed to You're not allowed to play WoW casually. You have to have, this is your main game. And if it's not your main game, you don't get to make any progress.
I
don't think that's a very good design. I don't think that's a very good design at all.
Exchange.
I don't know if I'm a fan of that. Dude, that's fucking neat. The hat has a clock on it? Oh, dude, that's fucking sick. I like the trident, too. The trident staff is pretty sick looking. Yo, that's neat as fuck, though. Look at it. I didn't notice that the hat had a fucking effect on the helmet like that. That's really cool. That's actually pretty dope. Maybe I will get the mage tier for this raid then. Oh, there we go. The Viridian Wake. I guess we are gonna have the raid to do before I make my chicken. We'll have lunch before we fight Barak then. I do want to see the Gilneas rebuilding quest chain today. I haven't done the Gilneas quest chain. There's some stuff I do want to get done on WoW though. I would like to start playing this game some more. I just haven't had the itch to play it. Now I kind of have that itch to come back and kind of work on a few things. A lot of it's been just time. WoW was so time consuming, and with moving there just wasn't time. Now that things are settled and I'm settled in, and you motherfuckers decline the goddamn invitation, I see how it is. I do want to actually play this game again. I'd love to have people to play this game with that aren't toxic, like horrid motherfuckers. I would really like that. I have had just like the collective worst possible experience when it comes to the WoW community in the years I've played this game. I have only ever played with some of the most toxic, horrid people you can think of. I have consistently found myself involved with people that are like, why are you playing with them? That's a great question. I don't know. just awful human beings. Just people I would never want to associate with. Was like the consistent norm. The people I found myself playing with in WoW have ruined multiplayer games for me as how bad those people have been. People who hand wave slurs and just horrid, awful humor. Like the kind of humor that's not like, oh, haha, funny, detrimental to myself. Like, haha, funny, putting down other people and their way of life. Because, it's funny. It's just a joke, bro. It's just a joke. It's really not. Cringe. Alright, Verdant Weave. That little side bit aside. The way that these wings go has been a little weird to me. Which way do we go here? This way?
Champions, what lies ahead is a sacred space within the Emerald Dream. Any intruder to the dream will be attacked, no matter the purity of their intentions.
Oh, I guess we fighting. Rooted shit. Can I break this with a hand of freedom? I can.
I must get closer.
Oops, I hit the Trent way down the road. I really love that the podlings got kept as an enemy from Warlords of Draenor.
I am out of range.
They're a hilarious little enemy. And I'm glad they just kind of like worked them into the game. Like, oh yeah, they were always here. Why? Because we think they're cool and we want to keep using them outside of Draenor. They're a very fun model. And they fit with all the nature shit, so it kind of makes sense that the podlings would be more than just a Draenor. Doomkeeper, you might know. Does anybody else play the like melee build for Holy Paladin, or is that just like not a thing? Am I the only one playing this? Because they brought that change to that talent for Avenging Wrath over to the core talent tree, and I love it. I thought that was the coolest thing PvP had for Paladin, and I really wanted it in regular content. No idea, I just play LFR too. That's completely fair. I wish you could do LFR where it's the whole raid in one go. I'd enjoy that personally. I don't like that LFR's broken up into separate queues really. I wish you could just do the whole thing.
Your presence
I just want LFR to be just easier normal.
mortals.
And I mean easier normal as I would just want LFR to be IQ for normal, but I do the whole raid in one go with random people instead of it's broken up like it is. Oh, we gotta fight like, oh, the Council of Dreams. Oh, my chicken is done. Oh, what the hell? I'm a bird. I don't know what that did.
Your games make no difference, trickster. My unyielding strength will...
So far, I do really like this raid. This raid is pretty cool, honestly. I'll admit the only reason I do LFR and not normal is because this is more convenient for the time when I want to play. When I want to play the game, I want to get on and do the thing I want to do. That's why I love the way that 14 has it set up with the duty finder, because I can just queue up for the content I want to do. And it's not, I have to make sure I'm available at this time, on this day, at this hour, and hope that all the other people that are also supposed to be available at that time, at that day, at that hour, also can get on the game and play. That's the biggest reason I don't raid. Because I don't always have, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday off, ready to go, and like I have nothing else I want to do that night. Like, sometimes I just don't want to play the game. Like, sometimes I just don't want to play the game. I just want to play something else. But like, if that's the case, then you're replaced. Someone else takes your spot, and then you don't have a spot to play the game anymore. So it's like, well, that's stupid. That's why I'm a big proponent of the 2 difficulty setup. There should be the normal difficulty. Normal should just be queuable. You can just queue it at any time with any other player. It should work just like the way that 14 does it. You should be able to duty finder normal and at any point, any time. And then the harder difficulty should be the one you have to have a crewmate group for. And then you should just have 2 difficulties. You don't need 4 of them. Especially when 2 of them are effectively the same difficulty with slightly more health on one of them. Normal and Heroic are effectively the exact same difficulty with an extra set of gear that exists for a stopgap for whatever reason. And then slightly more HP. There's not any new mechanics on Heroic compared to Normal. The mechanics just have more health and damage output. Because Normal and Heroic are just Flex and Normal of the old days, and then Mythic is just Heroic. They never actually changed anything design-wise about how that worked. It was always pretty arbitrary.
I am out of range.
What does the flower on the ground do? They have a marker? Okay, what do these do? Leap forward and gain a rush of momentum. Requires satiated. Cleanse yourself, removing the effects of polymorph bomb. Okay, well it wore off, but I don't know what I was supposed to do with it. You eat the flowers. Oh, okay. I guess the duck just runs out on its own otherwise? I feel like explaining in a better way to the player that that's what you're supposed to do could be done there. Because you gave me abilities that I don't know what they do, so I'm gonna stop and figure out what the abilities do. I feel like that's a lot of WoW's problem with boss design, is when they want to make something more complex, they design it in a way that assumes the player looked up a guide before they did the fight. Or they're assuming their players are way fucking smarter than I am, because I'm not intuitive to just go, oh, I'm a duck, I need to go eat the flowers. I'm not going to figure that out. You gave me abilities and put them in front of me. I'm going to try and figure out what those abilities do so I understand what I'm looking at. I think that's a problem, is that WoW's always under the assumption that people are playing the game solved. So if you don't look up a guide, you're not going to figure out what's going on. At least not on the more complex situations. And I don't like that. I think that could be done better. I think if you're going to assume that the player looked up a guide, put a little thing in the game that says, hey, the duck, see, you're turning duck, you hunger for pollen or something, you hunger for flowers, or you have a deep hunger. You know? Like, I think that might be a better way of doing it. Like, you know, let the player, give the player a hint of what you want them to do. This time it'll be LFR only, so you actually have to do the mechanics in normal or higher. I can see that. I'm also not a fan of, like, not having to do the mechanics in LFR. I think LFR should have the mechanics, and you should have to do them. Let's see. Well, those aren't for us. Those aren't for us. Those aren't for us. That's not for us. Pip's Emerald Friendship Badge. Join the Dream Team, gaining 230 on a Pip's Mastery, Arctros' versatility, or Airwind's critical strike based on your current best friend. Your spells and abilities have a chance to tag a random new best friend, granting you their passive bonus and empowering it for 2,867 before diminishing. That seems neat. We'll roll on that. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of WoW having so many layers of difficulty that don't really mean anything. I have not liked the way difficulty changed since they did it back in the Siege of Orgrimmar patch in Mists of Pandaria. I've very much been a proponent of there should be one hard pre-made difficulty and one dungeon finder difficulty, and that should be the two difficulties. It should just be normal and heroic, and normal should be queue up, and heroic is party up. The game does not need LFR, normal, heroic, and mythic. It needs two. I've been on that hill for 10 years, and I will continue to be on that hill.
You are within the verdant.
All those extra layers of difficulty don't do anything for the game except take away from development time. You could be making so much more content for the game by not having to design and test and all these additional layers of difficulty that just don't need to be there. Does this do something? Oh, we move faster when you're on it. Okay.
I do not have a target.
She's the super friend.
I need to target something first. Be eradicated.
Okay. Is this Bed of Chaos, but we tried to make it a not shitty fight? This room reminds me of Bed of Chaos. There's gonna be something with the way this room is set up with the floor, I'm pretty sure. This has got like that we've etched shit into the floor for a reason vibe. I like how the grass is covering the Warlock Healthstone font.
You bring disorder.
What class do you play, Doomkeeper?
The dream binds you. Alterations bring calamity.
Primarily mage and paladin? Ah.
The dream binds
You're also a player of culture and taste as well, huh?
Alterations bring calamity. The dream binds.
Really messed up people with the Dreadnought armor. Is that the that's the Antorus warrior set, right? Was the Dreadnought set? Or was that the tier 8 set for Nax warrior set? Okay. Oh, you have like the tier 3 set. That's pretty cool actually. Oh. What, immune?
I must get closer.
I think the only time I've actually seen that set is the NPC in Hellfire Peninsula that had that set. I do like the Nax 10 and 25 versions, the tier 7 and 7.5. Played a priest, mostly played back in Wrath. I have my other like main character I play as Discipline and Shadow Priest actually. I'm a big fan of Priest. I actually really like Shadow Priest is probably one of my favorite casters overall. I think if I had to pick like my favorite thing to play right now that was not melee, because I love playing my Frost Death Knight and my Rep Paladin, but my favorite DPS that's ranged has to be right now is Shadow Priest. I really like Shadow Priest.
The weed cannot change.
I definitely enjoy Shadow Priest like I enjoy Frost Mage though. It's a lot of fun. I wish I enjoyed Fire Mage more, because Fire's always been my favorite mage spec. I just don't like the way it's set up right now. It feels like it doesn't have the ability to have fun and cool buttons like Frost does. And Marksmanship just kind of feels like the incomplete spec. I've always loved my Marks Hunter. It just doesn't feel great right now. Like, it just feels like you have to pick between here's one set of fun things or here's the other set of fun things. And you don't get to have the variety of fun things like the other classes get. It's kind of where I love my Hunter, but I also am sad that my Hunter's not super fun to play. Because most classes now feel like, oh, I can really pick a build here. But that one just doesn't feel like that. Marks Hunter's not a class that feels like it's got things to play with.
Your existence will be halted.
Not a variety in playstyle, I guess. Hey, Continuum, you're an ability. She has you as an attack. You're in the video game. I don't know if I'm just tunneling the boss because I don't understand it, but this doesn't seem like a very involved fight. Like, very much more spectacle than actual substance. Yeah, this one seemed like more spectacle than substance. Well, she didn't drop anything I can get.
But one we shall not waste. Rest well, dear one.
Hey, we got another. I love that it tells you that the vault slots open up and that the vault isn't like only the select few that are doing the hard content get to use the vault. Like, I love that I can get vault gear out of just playing the game I played. I'm not a second class citizen when it comes to the vault these days. I like that.
With this seed of life, we are one step closer to stopping Farak.
Okay, so we got both seeds of life, so now Farak's fight is open. I didn't get loot out of this, so we can leave. Bosses don't cross the green lines, easy for Lafarge, just since people just stay still. That makes sense. So the point of that fight is to just not move. Nom's chocolate chip coffee cake. Consume.